we're going to do a visual condition report. Now we're going to look for scuffs, scratches, chips, dings, any cosmetic imperfections that we can find. So starting with the front right wheel, I do see a couple scuffs right here. Very minor though. And a couple scuffs right there. Overall though, that wheel looks good. There's going to be a couple imperfections in the paint there. You can see it on the light, kind of showing here. Of course, you got to be in that perfect lighting to notice it. These are vinyl. Got a rock chip right here on the A-pillar. Looks like a touch-up spot there. So far, all of that looks good. I'm not seeing anything else there. There is a chip here and a chip right there. That lower section looks awesome. I don't see any chips here. The rest of that looks good. I do see a few dings right there. And then looking at this wheel, a couple tiny scuffs. I see some stains right here from water. I imagine those can be polished out though. A tiny little marking right there. Other than that, that wheel looks awesome. Paint looks amazing on this car. Okay, checking out the front end. We'll start with the edge here. Looking for any flaws. I mean, you have some tiny surface scratches from just kind of everyday washing. So far, I don't see any rock chips. Really light scuff there. The rest of that looks good. Got a small rock chip on the very edge there. We have some cracks right there. And another small crack here. It's hard to focus on that one. A few tiny rock chips. Kind of making our way up the hood. So far, all of that looks good, and you can see the paint and the light here looks amazing. The headlight's clean. Got a touch-up spot right there. So far, all of this looks amazing. You know, I'm sure there's a rock chip or something here and there, but it's hard to see, and nothing's really standing out. There's one rock chip right there, and then you have one on the edge of that fog light housing. But other than that, that front end looks amazing. And then looking at the engine bay, looks really nice. You have a battery tender plug right here. The underside of the hood looks good. All right, checking out this side. It does look like the hood is not perfectly aligned. It looks like this backside needs to drop down just a little bit. I'm sure that's a easy fix. Looking at that fender, absolutely gorgeous. Here on this wheel, just a couple scuffs on that very edge. Other than that, it looks really nice. I got a small ding right there on the chrome. That door's looking good. The edge of that feels nice. Same with that one. See a tiny chip on the edge right there. And I see a chip right here. And then here on the underside, there are some scratches. Looking at that wheel, a couple tiny scuffs, but other than that, it looks good. Quarter panel looks amazing. Gonna have a couple chips here. Other than that, this side looks awesome. All right, checking out the back here. Let's start at the top. We have one chip here. So far, all of that looks amazing. Those taillights look good. I mean, you're gonna have a couple tiny scuffs on the bumper, all very minor. Let's get down under here and look. Looks awesome. Very, very clean. All right, looking at the interior, it is a non-smoker. It smells good in here. Looking at that door panel, that looks gorgeous. The handle's solid. Windows roll down really easy. You got a couple tiny little scuffs here. I don't see any gashes. Overall, that kick plate looks good. You can see these door jambs are nice. Looking at that weather stripping, it all looks good. This seat looks perfect. I don't see any flaws here, nice and soft. And look at the steering wheel. Got a little chip here. You can see that crack right there. That looks amazing. The cluster looks good. Super clean. Beautiful, beautiful interior. Then looking at the interior on this side, this window rolls down really easy. Got a chip right here. That looks good. That handle's solid. A little mirror here. Overall, that looks good. Checking out the seats. They look amazing. Very, very clean. All of that looks good. This is a cell phone mount, and the back is sticky, almost like a command strip, so that can be removed. They're made to come on and off pretty easy. And that glove box looks awesome. Upper side of the dash looks amazing. This thing is just wicked clean. That back seat looks awesome as well.